Okay, so there's something huge happening all across the US right now, but it's happening quietly. We're talking about a massive shift, and it's centered entirely on American moms. So today, let's get into why millions are deciding to choose their sanity over their salary.
And look, this isn't just some small trend you see on social media. No, this is a fundamental shift in how an entire generation is totally redefining what work, family, and even success mean. They're not just complaining about it, they are literally walking away. And we've got to figure out why.
So, what exactly is this movement? Well, we're calling it a quiet revolution. And that's because it's not happening in the streets with picket signs. It's happening at kitchen tables, in those makeshift home offices. It's happening in the glow of a laptop screen as a resignation letter gets typed out long after the kids have gone to bed. It's this huge collective decision, but it's happening one person at a time.
Now, I want to be super clear about something. This is not quiet quitting. You know, that whole trend of just doing the bare minimum to get by? Nope. This is way, way bigger. This is about officially resigning. We're talking logging off for good and making a conscious choice to walk away from that whole traditional 9 to 5 grind.
So, why? What's the big driver here? Well, it's definitely not about being lazy or not having ambition. It's actually the total opposite. This is a smart, calculated decision, both for their finances and for their lives. It really just comes down to one thing. For millions of moms, the math it just stopped adding up. Okay, so let's actually break down that math. What's not adding up? It seems to come down to three major things, three huge breaking points that have finally pushed everything over the edge. And the first one, well, it's a crisis that pretty much every parent feels right in their wallet. Just think about the sheer scale of this problem. Get this, in 35 states, 35 out of 50, the average annual cost of childcare is now more than the average mortgage payment. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. For most families in America, it literally costs more to have someone watch your kids than it does to own the house they live in. It's unbelievable. And what happens then? Well, your career suddenly turns into this zero-sum game. You're not even really earning a salary to, build a better life or save for the future. You're working 40 plus hours a week, trading your life and your energy just so you can pay someone else to raise your kids. You're paying to be able to go to work. It's a cycle. Okay, so the second big reason, this one felt like a collective slap in the face for so many people. I mean, after everyone proved for years that working from home wasn't just possible, but that they could be super productive, these corporate return to office mandates, they just felt like a punishment. It was like a form of gaslighting, completely ignoring the reality that parents, especially moms, had just navigated. So that really put people at a crossroads. It created this really clear choice. Do you just fold? Do you give in to the pressure from a corporate system that clearly refuses to adapt to the new reality? Or do you choose flexibility and actually take control of your own life? As we're seeing, millions are choosing flexibility. And the third reason they can make that choice is huge. It's because there's a new option on the table. The rise of the creator economy, these remote micro businesses, things like freelance writing, managing social media, running a small online shop. It's been a total game changer. I mean, why would you work a grueling 40 plus hours a week when we could potentially earn that same full-time salary in just, say, 15 hours from your own home? Suddenly, the old 9 to 5 doesn't just feel exhausting, it's starting to look completely outdated. But, walking away isn't just about these outside pressures. It's not that simple. It also takes this huge internal shift, a massive psychological leap, really. It means you have to face this incredibly powerful bias that keeps so many of us stuck in situations that just aren't working. There's actually a name for it in economics. It's called the sunk cost fallacy. And you know this voice. It's that little voice in your head that whispers, but I spent all that money on my degree, or, but I've already put 10 years into this career. It's this twisted logic that tells you to keep pouring effort into a sinking ship just because you helped build it. But here's the realization that's setting so many people free. It's so simple, but so powerful. Your past investment should not dictate your future misery. Just because you spent time and money on something doesn't mean you have to be unhappy forever. Moms are learning to cut their losses with careers that are draining them so they can actually gain their lives back. And that is a profound shift in thinking. And this all leads to an even bigger, more fundamental idea. What we're witnessing right now in real time is a complete reevaluation of what words like wealth and net worth even mean anymore. See, it used to be all about the salary, right? The number at the bottom of your W-2. That's the old definition of wealth. But the new wealth, the new currency that people are literally quitting their jobs to get, it's something called time sovereignty. So what on earth is time sovereignty? Well, let me break it down. It's being able to just go to your kid's soccer game without having to ask for permission. It's taking a nap in the middle of the day because your brain is fried and you need it. It's deciding, hey, I'm going to work from a different city for a week, just because you feel like it. See, it's more than just a flexible schedule. It's about owning your time, reclaiming every single moment of your life, big and small. That freedom, that control, that's the new goal. And at the end of the day, that ability to control your own time has become its own kind of currency. And for millions of moms, it's a currency that's worth a heck of a lot more than a tiny 3% annual raise.
Okay, so what does this all boil down to? What's the big picture here? It means we're moving past the stage of just complaining about a broken system. This isn't about that anymore. This is about actively walking away from it to build something completely new, something that actually works.
And hey, if any of this is resonating with you, if you're maybe thinking about this yourself, I want you to reframe the question. The old way of thinking would say you're giving up on your career. But what if that's not it at all? The new question is, what if you're not giving up, but you're actually upgrading your entire life?
And probably the most important thing to take away from all of this is simply this. If you're feeling this way, if you've ever stared at a blank resignation letter on your screen or felt that pit in your stomach during your commute, you are so not alone. You are part of a huge nationwide movement of people who are choosing a different way forward.
Because ultimately, this isn't a story about failure or a retreat. Not at all. It's a story about empowerment. The old system, it failed. It failed to adopt. It failed to support modern families. So millions of women are doing what women have always done when a system fails them. They're building their own.